I'm Charlie Baker. You can call me Charlie. This is Bruce. Bruce. Good boy. That's it. Good boy. Good boy. Say hello, Bruce. He can't say hello. He's a dog. Welcome to Why Are Farmers So Smelly? This is the show where you can ask farmers anything you've ever wanted to ask them. Like, for instance, why are farmers so smelly? So I'm here with Will Evans. Hello, Will. Hello, Will.
Hi.
Will, you are a proper farmer, a real life farmer. What do you farm?
I farm cattle, beef cattle, 330 beef cattle, and we grow cereal crops as well. So we grow wheat and barley.
Wheat and barley, and who do you sell those to? Who do you sell the beef to? Other farmers, major companies? Who do you sell them to?
The beef cattle go to supermarkets. So the beef you buy in supermarkets, some of that will come from our farm, and the crops. So the wheat and barley, most of it goes for arable feed. Some of it will go for beer, which is wonderful.
This is an excellent answer. I'm very pleased to have met you now, Will. Do you ever get to, is it like being a cider farm with the apples? Do you ever get to sample your own beer made from your wheat and barley?
Unfortunately not. I would like to, but no, we don't produce any of our own beer on the farm.
Now I've got some questions for you from some very clever children.
Okay.
And the first one is this is from Tommy, age 7. And he says, why are farmers so smelly? Sorry, I can't smell you from here.
Thanks,
I'm sure you smell delicious, Will.
I do. I smell of strawberries and apple blossom. Farmers tend to smell because we do, livestock farmers anyway. Not all the time, but sometimes we do quite a lot of work that involves a lot of animal poo. So we get pooed on quite. Dairy farmers in particular, they get pooed on quite regularly by their cows.
On.
Yeah, quite often. I'm not a dairy farmer, so fortunately it doesn't happen to me too often.
No,
but
you're a beef farmer, so it's cows. So explain the difference between a dairy farmer and a beef farmer.
So
both cows, isn't it?
Yeah, the dairy farm, they're milking their cows twice a day, two or three times a day. So they're standing next to them, very often sort of underneath them a bit. So they're kind of badly placed if the cow needs to do a poo. With the beef cattle, we're not generally sort of underneath them. We're generally around them. So I usually avoid the flying poo if I can.
Yeah. So you should probably hang around less behind cows, Will.
Probably.
But I suppose that's part of your job, isn't it? You want to be in farming prepared to be pooed on.
Exactly.
What a lovely question, and we finally found out the answer. Now, Bruce, I think you saw a rabbit. Now, here's a question for you, Bruce. The question is all about dogs. Here we go. This is a lovely one. I've got my dog here, but he's asleep. I was going to get him up. My dog's called Bruce. He's a red fox Labrador, Will. But the question from Laurie, age 6, is what are the best dogs for farmers? What do you use them for? Are they working in the office? Are they doing accounts?
That is an excellent question. So I would think the most common dog on UK farms would be the Border Collie.
Lovely, yes.
So people tend to use a Border Collie or a Welsh Sheepdog for working with usually sheep or sometimes cattle. So they will often have 2 or 3 dogs for rounding up several hundred sheep at a time, and they're highly trained, highly skilled animals, very, very intelligent. We don't have a sheepdog. I have a Jack Russell called Tommy.
Lovely.
Who just tends to chase rabbits and mice. And
is he a ratter? He
is a ratter. He is a ratter. He's only about a year old, but yeah, and like any Jack Russell, he'll chase anything that's small.
And some people, I think, have been sending in jokes. A very cheeky question from Oliver. Sounds like a joke to me, but let's find out from you, the farmer. Is it true that the only bee to produce milk is a boobie? Serious question from Oliver.
It's great question, Oliver, and as far as I know, that is correct. Very good question. Absolutely smashing.
Now, here's a question I've always wanted to ask. I read a thing the other day that said, if you give a cow a name, it produces more milk than if you don't. Do you name all 300 of your cattle?
No, we don't. We don't do that. But there's another one. Have you heard about that? If you play music to laying hens, they lay more eggs.
I like this. Wonder what sort of music would be good to play.
Some people say classic FM.
That's what they go for. Maybe the classy chickens. Maybe the classy chickens like classic FM. But those little, there's got to be some punk chickens out there.
I would think
and some like hip hop chickens. This is the future, Will. You're missing out on a huge market here of hip hop chickens. All those little gold chains around their neck.
Yeah, I like the sound of
They've
that.
already got the hands. They've already got the hip hop hands chickens.
They've got that strut about them as well.
They've got that little limp in their walk, chickens. They are there. Right, let's have another one. Here we go. Oh, that's a good one from Harris. This is from Harris, age 6. What type of tractor have you got?
Harris, I love a bit of tractor talk.
Yes,
But I am. You'll find this about farmers. We're very, very loyal to our brand of tractors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit like a football team. You're sort of born into it. So I was born into a Massey Ferguson family. My granddad bought the first Massey Ferguson on our farm in 1960, and we've been Massey Ferguson ever since. So we're big, the big red tractors you see on the road, the Massey Fergusons.
There we are. That's it for another episode of Why Are Farmers So Smelly? Our big thanks to Farmer Will for answering all our silly questions and the sensible ones as well. And you'll find us on Eat Farm Now if you want to ask us any questions, or find us on Twitter. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again. Tell all your friends. Bye now. Bye. Come on, Bruce.